Tell me what's going on and how I can help you.
No, I came across your video and I thought it was super informative. So I'm a yeah, like I sent in the text last night, I'm a remodeling contractor. I work out of the North Metro Minnesota area and
Mm-hmm.
just trying to figure out how I can get more consistent leads. I'm kind of I guess relatively new. I've had my Google business set up for about a year. Been working on getting reviews. And then I just kind of saw in your video that, that form to fill out for analysis basically, and I kind of wanted to know what you thought or whatever, because
Sure.
the stuff I've been doing hasn't really been working. I'm on local service ads. I've kind of experimented with some pay-per-click stuff, and just really not much success yet. So wanted to know what you thought and where I can make some improvements.
Sure. Let's take a look at it. So I'm clear on your goal. Are you looking to like hire a company to do this stuff, or are you looking for more of guidance on how to do it yourself?
Yeah, I mean, more so guidance on how to do it myself.
Okay.
Depending on, I mean, I know that's a service you offer, so I mean, I would be
Mhm.
interested in talking to you about that as well, to possibly do that down the road. But
Okay.
more so right now, I'm trying to figure it out myself, and if that's not an option, then yeah, I guess I would maybe be interested in talking to you guys about your services.
Okay. What kind of jobs are you trying to get?
Yeah, so honestly, at this point, I mean, I'm kind of taking whatever I can get.
Mhm.
Realistically, if I could pick one service to offer, I'd probably do basement finishing, just because for me there's a lot of work for me to do there, and I don't have to have a super high volume. If I could sell 6 or 8 basements a year, it would keep me busy the whole year, and I'm basically just the owner operator, right? So I mean,
Mhm.
I would do just fine for myself if I could even sell, just a few basements. So, but
Okay.
I do basically all sorts of remodeling. I do basements, bathrooms, kitchens, doors, windows. I'm a carpenter by trade, so trim carpentry, rough framing, full house renovations, stuff like that,
Mhm.
is basically what I'm going for.
Cool. I can relate, man. That's exactly what
Yeah.
I was doing about 10 years ago.
Yeah, so you're out of Idaho, I thought?
Yeah, Coeur d'Alene,
Yeah.
Idaho.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, my
So
wife
that
from Minneapolis. So
Oh, okay.
we were just in Champlin like a month ago.
Oh, okay. For
Yeah.
family or for what?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
visiting family for Christmas, and I have like 3 or 4 clients in that area too, so
Sure.
we
Sure.
combined those trips. All right, so I'm gonna give you first, I'm gonna do the Google 101. So you probably know some of this stuff, but I'll go through it anyway. So somebody doesn't have a referral, they don't know anybody, they're gonna go to Google. It's like 90% of people now. And Google is going to break the page down into 4 sections. So that first one is those local service ads that you were doing, buying calls from Google. The second section is Google Ads. So this is how you buy clicks from Google. Those are the 2 ways they give you to advertise yourself up front and give them money for it. Below that, we've got Google Maps. So this is organic, meaning these companies didn't pay Google to be here. They're here because Google's determined they're the best option to show me based off of 3 things: proximity, so how close they are to me; trust, how much do they trust the information they have on my company; and then relevant. I typed in basement contractor. Google's trying to show me companies that it thinks does basements. That's not going to show me a plumber or a roofer or something like that.
Sure.
And so that's the third section. And then the fourth one is what we call organic search. This is what Google looked like 20 years ago before they added all this other stuff on. So the best way, like the primary or the best way to get leads on Google for a company like yours is Google Maps. And that's for a few reasons. One is if you're hiring a contractor to finish your basement, it's like a $200,000 job. That's a really high trust situation. So these people aren't typically going to just call the first company they see. They're more likely to go down here, read some reviews, look at the guy who's got the most reviews first, read his, then go to the website, look at that for a while, maybe a day, a week, a month, and compare you with a couple others. And by the time they call you, they already know who you are. They've read your reviews, like they've done their homework. They want to work with you. So those are the best kind of leads to deal with from online. That's the closest thing you'll get to a referral. Most of the time, honestly, these are better than referrals, depending on, the reason that the referral came in. But this is where we start. and we would add on local service ads and Google ads after. We call this the foundation, like getting on Google Maps. That's the foundation, and then everything else you can kind of layer on top. If you don't have a really solid foundation and you advertise, it'll be a lot less effective. And so all of this goes together. So let's look at Google Maps and see how you're doing. Let's see if these things are done yet. All right, cool. They're done. So I did handyman, basement contractor, remodeling contractor. And let's just check it out. Have you ever seen one of these scans before?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, you're on Local Falcon. So is that a free service or do you pay for that?
I pay for it.
Oh, you pay for it. Yeah. So yeah, I should really look into that more.
Yeah. If you're doing a lot of SEO, then you want to do this. But basically what we're looking at is for somebody located in each one of these dots, like where does your listing show up on the list? And
Right.
if it's a one, two, or three, then you're one of these three on the front page, and those are the three that get noticed. If you're a
Right.
four or higher, no one ever sees you. It's not doing anything for you.
Right.
So we go back here. Let's see. I think it was this one. So handyman not showing up at all. For basement contractor, you do have a couple dots.
Okay.
Like, is your location actually right here, or is that just a service area?
No, that's just a service area. I guess my exact location is, well, now then Minnesota, which is, well, it's north of Anoka, right top left there. Yep.
Up here. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of another question that I have for you is like within my Google Business Profile, I mean, how broad of a area should I be doing? Because I feel like maybe I'm spreading myself too thin in too
Hmm.
many different areas. Like I guess if you, I guess like the center of when I look at my, what I can see on Google Maps, the center of my area really is Andover, where that pin is. Oh yeah,
Hmm.
you see it right there. Yeah. So is that spreading myself too thin by doing that? I mean,
No, I don't
should
think
I?
so because this is a
No.
pretty like it's kind of rural up here, so
Yeah, it
you can
is.
cover a bigger area.
Yeah.
And so the way that I can determine that is I just look at your competitors. So like Larson, Basement, and Bath,
Yeah.
like you can see how big of an area they're covering. So you might
Yeah.
even go bigger than that. You might even
Okay.
go like I wouldn't go too far into Minneapolis because you'll never rank down in Minneapolis. Too
And
much
I
competition. But
yeah, and
you
I
can go a lot farther out this way.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at these guys. So we work with some people north of you called Range Water, and look at how big, like their listing covers like 200 miles.
Wow.
There's like Duluth over here, and they have a listing here, here, and down here somewhere. And so they pretty much cover like this whole north side of the state.
Yeah.
So as you get north of you, you can cover gigantic area.
Right.
As you go into town, no.
Right. Yeah.
Which I wouldn't even want to like I would rather be where you are than like in the middle of
And
Minneapolis because then you're just cut you have like a 2 mile bubble.
yeah, and
And
I have no interest in doing any work in Minneapolis anyways. So
yeah, so let's see. Let's look at these guys. So these guys are actually in Minneapolis, and they're really similar to you.
yeah.
So this guy, like 6 months after he launched his website, he closed a $220,000 basement remodel, and his bubble is about 5 mile radius. It's about 10 mile circle.
Okay.
And so honestly, it's pretty good. Like to be right in the middle of the city and be able to cover a big area like that's really solid. You would be able to cover a much larger area.
Right.
So going back up to these scans, let's see. So we're looking at basements. This one was for remodeling contractor. For some reason, you're showing up down there. I don't know why. But so the way this stuff works is like we have a package. It's called the foundational marketing system, and I'll explain it in a minute. But what it is we have a 200 item checklist where we go through and we build a website and we make sure the website has like all these little details correct. And then we go out on the internet and all the other mentions of your company, we make sure that all of them have the exact same correct information. And that's what I was saying earlier about Google. How much does it trust the information it has on you? If one website says you have one phone number and another one says you have another, and you have an old address somewhere, and all of that, Google will just look around and be like, well, we're not really sure what is correct, so we're just not going to show this guy at all. And you're pretty new, so hopefully you don't have a bunch of random stuff on the internet about your company that's got wrong information. But that's
Right.
that's one of the pieces to it. How the Google listing is set up. is another thing. The content on the website, how it's structured, how the headlines are, like all these little details go into it. And when they're all correct, that's how you end up with like a good solid bubble. Google's really confident. It knows what you do, where you do it. And then as long as you get reviews, like you'll be able to get a good, solid, steady leads from Google Maps. So when I look at your stuff and I see like, whoops, did I stop sharing? I'm not used to working on this little laptop. Give me a second. I lost where I was at. So it was basements. So like the fact that you're located up here and you have like a couple spots down here where you're ranking, like did you used to have an address or something down here?
No, I guess. I mean, yeah, I have no idea why.
So it's I'm asking because like these are the only spots you're ranking, and Google typically only ranks you around your location, no matter
Yeah,
what you set your stuff to.
yeah,
But the fact that you're up
I,
here and you have like a couple little spread out spots, it just shows me that Google's not super confident in you and isn't
right,
showing you. If we did our thing or if you did your thing correctly, whatever, and everything lined up right, then you would have a bubble similar to these kinds of companies. Like, and this is what you see when it's like more mature and Google's got confidence in you. And so I look at these number of reviews like 32, 18, 45, 37. I would consider this one's got 50. I consider this pretty low competition. Like these guys got 64 because I know how this stuff works. So the way I think of it is if I was you or if I wanted to go into your market and compete, all I would need to do is do the foundation, get all that set up right, and then get like 65 reviews, and then I would be number one in your area.
right.
And like if you put your mind to it, you can get 60 reviews in 6 months easy if you really try.
Yeah. So, well, that's kind of where I'm at though, is I mean, if you're not doing a whole lot of jobs, it's really tough to get a lot of reviews. So it's
Hmm.
like you almost need to, I mean, to get 60 reviews, you almost need to do a bunch of little jobs. And
Yeah.
then once you get that built up, then start targeting like bigger ticket items like basements and stuff, which I would be completely fine with. But like, where I'm at, I mean, I got 12 reviews. I mean, what do you, so you're thinking like 60 is kind of the number where I could like dominate like what you got on the screen there, like
Yeah.
my area in that top kind of left chunk and
Yeah.
down in Anoka or whatever.
Yeah, and so what I would do if I were you, the reason I did handyman is because I would suggest marketing for handyman stuff and getting those kinds of jobs. And they're a lot easier to get because there's a lot more of them.
Yeah,
And like that's how I would start it. If I started over with remodeling, I would start with handyman stuff. I wouldn't even market anything else yet. I would just hammer handyman. I would go do one, two, maybe three jobs a day. I'd get three reviews. I would make sure they took a picture of my flyer. I'd give them a referral card, which is like a gift certificate that if they give it to somebody, that person gets $100 off and they get $100 cash when I'm done, something like that. And every single customer I got, I would just ask them like, "Hey, we do all remodeling, bathrooms, kitchens, additions, anything you want. Do you have anything around here you've been thinking about? I can get you an estimate right now." And I'd go in and do that because one out of five people is going to say, "Oh yeah, can you do an estimate for our bathroom or a kitchen or something?" And you're also able to stack up reviews a lot faster. Like
sure.
this guy is a handyman. He's got 218 reviews. The reason he's got more than the remodeling companies we were looking at is because he has way more customers. And so I would do that for a while. I would that was like the business model that I really like is I would go in myself, do handyman stuff, win the customer over, make sure that they got an estimate for anything, make sure they were going to call me in the future if they ever need anything, get the review. And then for the larger projects that I can't handle in a couple hours, I would just have my crew come behind me and do those while I'm going off and getting new customers. And a couple years of that, you can have 1,000 people who are going to have you back to do anything they ever need on their house, big projects and small projects. You could have 1,000 reviews, and then when you market basement remodels and stuff, and you have 1,000 reviews, you've got 15 times what the other companies do.
Right.
And so that's the path I would take is like reviews is the number one thing, but your website, like throw handyman stuff all over.
Yeah.
Also, since you're doing it yourself, I'm just going to give you some quick critiques. You can, I'll send you the recording of this call so that you can have it. So don't worry about taking notes or anything.
Okay.
Up here, I'd put a picture of you like working, you doing your thing, or like one of the, a nice project. And this is really generic. Most trusted home remodeling experts. Like, no, that's not who you are. Like, you're Nathan and
Right.
you're a carpenter and you build stuff. So
Right.
it should say handyman and remodeling contractor in Noka or wherever.
Right.
And then the second section should be about you. Should have a big old picture of you with your bags on, putting a door in or something. Explain who you are. Hey, my name is Nathan. I'm a carpenter. I do remodels, handyman. My goal is to provide anything and everything you need related to your house so that you never have to find another contractor again. And just make it super direct, like however you would sell yourself to a person directly, like make your website do that.
Right.
Take pictures of everything you do. You can take videos and take still shots out of it, put videos on your website. Like this is solid. So that's a couple things. So what would we do? Like the foundational marketing system, it's a 3 month program. It's 2,000 a month for 3 months, so it's 6,000 total. And what we do is basically you could just look at these guys to see what we do. So we build a website. This is our style, and we have a page for every service you do. All of it's structured properly, connected to your Google listing. Take whatever pictures you got, and we build something like this. So if you're going to do it yourself, look at this, build it kind of like that. We have a page for each type of customer. So basement, kitchen, bathroom, decks. I would have one for handyman if I were you. Some of these pages were extras, like stuff that we wouldn't normally do, like pricing and stuff. Like you can do that if you want, but that's not what determines if you're going to show up on Google or not. With a really good website, and I'm just going to assume your listing is set up properly and everything. I think your service area is fine. If anything, I would go a little bigger this way.
Yeah.
And then hammer those reviews. Like anyone you know on the planet who will say nice things about you, send them that link and get up reviews and be consistent about it. If you can get up to like 30, like that'll be a lot better. When you can get up to 50, great. When you can get up to 70, you'll be beating almost everybody in your area. And when Google sees you getting reviews consistently like that, that also is a factor.
So
One more
one,
thing
what,
for local
yeah.
service ads, I would just do handyman stuff. You'll get a lot more calls for handyman stuff than
Well,
remodels.
so yeah, when I look at their, I guess, let's see, pull it up on my computer here, but they don't, I don't know if they really list, so they have the job types. Really, they just list like accessory buildings, decks and patios, foundations and concrete, home building, interior finishing, roofing, other home remodel, renovation, home addition, exterior finishing, commercial projects. So, I mean, that's like really all they've list, as far
Well,
as like,
there's another category for handyman that's got a whole bunch of
okay.
other stuff on it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm seeing it. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's really now there's quite a bit more. So when I've been doing my local service ads, like I really haven't seen like many calls at all. So like if I look at my leads,
Hmm.
I've received in total one, two, three, four, five, 6 calls, and it's
Hmm.
been since my first call was 9/1/25. So that
Hmm.
was yeah, last fall basically. I've been doing it and three of them were two or three of them were people calling about like offering me their service, and then one of them was legit. I actually the first one I got was a legitimate remodel that they wanted done. I went and looked at it. I'm still in touch with them. They haven't like given me an answer on it, which is crazy. It's been like 4 months, but they're just trying to decide if it's worth it or not.
Hmm.
So that one's still up in the air, but then the other two, like one guy said he got the wrong number, and then the other guy I talked to on the phone for about 20 minutes, and he never ended up following through. So it's like, I'm not getting like a really good volume of calls, and I mean, I feel like I'm doing a decent job at answering the phone. I did watch your other video, and I did realize that I haven't been like ranked or what do you call it? Rating the leads, I guess. So before I got in the call, I was just rating all my leads. But is there a reason? Is it just because of my lack of reviews or
Probably.
what? Yeah.
Like,
So
why
if
would
I
anybody call you with low reviews when there's people with like 100?
right. Yeah, I mean it's fair enough, right? I
Yeah.
mean it makes sense. I
It's how
just gotta
people shop, man. Like
right,
Amazon has trained us. I don't even look at anything. I look at reviews first and then I read the names of companies. And if yours isn't the one I look at first, I don't even see you. So that's how most people are.
right.
So like yeah, you just need a lot more reviews. And the like everything I've explained, like this is it. There isn't more stuff. There's not like some secret thing. Like this is it.
Yeah,
If you do these things, like then you'll excel.
right.
And this is just the only way to play the game now. Like Google's got a
Yeah,
monopoly on search, and reviews is how people filter what they look at these days.
right.
So go out and hustle reviews. Like that's the main thing. I'm guessing that you don't probably don't have the budget to work with us at the moment, right?
Probably not. No, no.
Yeah. So I'd say the best thing you can do is change your local service ads to handyman.
Got
Ask everyone you know on the planet who will give you a review to give you a review. Just hustle those. Like every day from now on, make a list of people, ask them, and then keep track of who left it and get some handyman jobs. Go in, get the review every single time. Ask them if they need anything else. Get some kind of way, whether it's a business card or whatever, get them to take a picture of the business card. Don't give it to them. Take a picture of it because they won't delete their photos on their phone, but they'll throw away your business card or lose it in 2 seconds. And just make sure that you repeat, like when you get to the job, what I would say is, hey, I'm gonna go check out your door. I'm gonna get your new door in, and when I do a really good job and earn it, do you think you can give me a review when I'm done? And they'll say, yeah. And I'm like, and then the next thing I say would, hey, by the way, like I'm gonna be here a little while. If you can think of anything else you need done around your house, let me know. If you would like a estimate for any kind of remodeling or anything, let me know. I can probably get you an estimate before I leave today. And then I go do my work. And then as I'm working, they'll probably come check in on me. And when I'm almost done, I'll say, hey, I'm wrapping it up. Here's the door. See, it closes perfectly, blah, blah, blah. Hey, let me send you that link really quick to leave me a review. And while I'm putting my tools away and stuff, I want them to be leaving the review. And if they need help, they don't have a Google account, whatever, I can help them do that in the moment. And then I'd ask again when they're done with the review, like, hey, take a picture of this before you put your phone away. This is my customer phone number. If you call it, I know you're my customer. I'll get to you right away and get you an estimate or fix whatever you have broken and get them to take a picture of it. And then I'd ask them one more time, hey, did you think of anything that you want an estimate for before I go? No? Okay. Do you know anyone else that might need my services? Any neighbors I should talk to? Like wring the towel out of every single client
it.
and don't do it all at the end. Like do it throughout the entire process. Maybe even before you get to their house. Like, hey, I'll be there in 15 minutes. Think of anything else you want me to do, and do that every time. And then in 3 months, your shit will look completely different.
Sure. Yeah, I mean it all what you're saying, it all makes a lot of sense. Definitely. Yeah. I guess my one of my other questions I had for you is like within my Google business profile,
Uh-huh.
so like right now my primary category is general contractor. I should probably change that to like remodeling or handyman for the time being, or is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I think what
and
I
then
I would change it to handyman. And
handyman
I would
and
change
then
my website to handyman, and I would try to get that first. See if I can win there, because it's usually a lot easier to win there. There's a lot more jobs, so you can get like I work with a handyman. He came to me as a handyman. He wanted to do remodeling stuff. First time I talked to him, it was December of 24. I said, "Hey, next time you go to a job, ask them if they need an estimate for anything else." He called me the next day. He's like, "Hey, I did what you said, and they asked me to estimate a $40,000 kitchen remodel." I was like, "Sweet." And then eventually he started doing local service ads and he had one location and then he opened a second and a third. That guy got 400 calls in November for handyman stuff.
right, yeah,
So yeah, like that's the play. Get reviews, change all your stuff to handyman, see if you can get those and go in and just get the most out of every interaction you can. Like give the each client the best experience you possibly can. Like have it in mind that you're going to get the review, you're going to get them to take a picture of your info, you're going to ask them for other remodels, you're going to ask them for referrals. Like that's part of the job, like add that in if you have a process written down anywhere. Like this is how you do it. Like from the first minute you're talking to them, you are doing all of these things. You're not just doing the job. You're not just doing an estimate. You're getting a review. You're getting a referral. You're getting a repeat customer for life. And you can, as you get comfortable with these concepts, you start to talk to people like that. Like you just tell people like, hey, my goal is that you never go to Google and call anybody again when you need anything done on your house. You can call me. Are you going to call me? If they say yes, great. If they say no, I'll be like, why not? But that's like your job isn't to go there, do the job and get the money. Your job is to go there, give them the best experience possible, get a review, a referral, repeat customer, do another estimate. Like that's your job. Doing the actual work is just the part that you have to do in order for all this to work. And eventually someone else will probably be doing it because you'll be doing all the business stuff. And that's just how it goes.
Right. Yeah. So with getting these reviews, I mean, is there anyone that like I couldn't get a review from? Like, I mean, if I do work for family or
Yeah,
like,
everybody.
like work as subcontractors, like
Anybody who will say nice things about you, literally. Like,
yeah,
will they vouch for your honesty, your reliability? Can they say you're a hard worker? Doesn't even matter. They don't even have to say anything. They just click the stars and press
right.
OK. Like you just
Okay.
need that number to be bigger.
Yeah.
Don't ask
It,
anybody to make up any stories or anything. Just
right.
whoever they are to you, they could put that in the review. This is just to get you going because when you're doing one or two customers every day, now you're just getting reviews naturally. But in the beginning, you got to kind of scrounge around and get everybody to leave you one just so that you can start getting jobs.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense for sure.
Cool, man. Will you have any other
Well,
questions?
no, but I think I got some work to do now, so gotta
Yes, you do.
scrounge up these reviews as many as I can, I guess. So
Yep.
that's the game plan, I guess. So I do appreciate your time. I've
Yeah.
been very informative, and yeah, if I ever need some of your services in the future, I will definitely be giving you a call.
Sounds good, man. Well, keep me posted on how it goes for you.
Yeah, will do.
Hey, if you thought that call I did was helpful and valuable, I'd like to offer to do a call with you and take a look at your business and show you what I see, give you some tips on what you might do to get better results from your marketing. So find the link in the description or the top comment and fill out the form, and you'll get a text message from me to figure out what to do next.